So, we're talking about the throat chakra a lot this week, and I wanted to tell a story about how I really started to step out on my spiritual path. In 2008, my husband and I got pregnant. And I didn't tell anyone because I wanted to, keep it quiet with my husband and I. And we were, kind of making plans, and it was a big deal. We'd been married for about 3 years, and I was scared, but I was excited. And I lost the baby. And I couldn't talk about it. I felt like I couldn't talk about the loss because I hadn't shared the beginning, the experience. I couldn't really talk about losing my baby when I hadn't even shared that I was going to have a baby. And my jaw seized, and I couldn't open my mouth. And I knew it was because I was holding in all of this pain, and I was not speaking my truth. But I didn't know what to do. I went to surgeons and dentists, and they were talking about breaking my jaw and just really massive, intense surgery. But I knew intuitively it was because I was hurting because of this loss I couldn't talk about. And my husband and I, we started to drift farther apart because we were both grieving in our own ways and trying to figure out, why did this happen? And I found a Reiki healer, and it was a distant session. And by the end of that session, I could open my jaw. And I could feel the energy come in and open, and that wound leave. And I felt whole again after that session. And it was because of that session that I signed up to become a Reiki healer and a Reiki master. And I started realizing that there was so much more to this mind, body, spirit connection. I've always been on the spiritual path. I've always been mindful and reading, but I had proof now in my body, and I saw it and I felt it and I knew it. And so when we're talking about the throat chakra, this is a perfect example of speaking your truth and how your body will react with trauma that's happening in your life. So when something happens in your life, you have energetic fields, right? And if they're not experienced and healed, they will eventually get to the body. So this was a sudden trauma, and there it went. And I closed down, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak my truth. I couldn't tell anybody. I felt trapped. And it took me being able to acknowledge the spirit, the soul of this baby, the spirit, the soul of this me that needed the healing, and to release it to universe, to divine, to source, for the healing to begin. And so the throat chakra is so important. It is so much so about speaking your truth and loving yourself and allowing yourself to be authentic. Blessings. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. If you're watching this, I have a chakra embodiment healing program, and I would love you to join. If you're one of my students, I'm so happy you're on this journey with me. Book a healing session. Whatever's going on in your life, you can connect to your higher self, and it can be healed. It might take more time than mine, but stepping out and connecting to your higher self will allow that healing to begin, will allow you to start speaking your truth and living in authenticity. And that's really what the spiritual path is all about. Blessings on your day. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.